Okay, guys. Welcome back to Punt Factor. I'm gonna bring you a green-white value town game. Trying something interesting. I am gonna try four Vine Slasher Kudzus in place of one Scavenging Ooze. I know, but let me get you my thought process. In place of one Scavenging Ooze and the Ramanop and Azusa package. So I found myself after playtesting this deck and playtesting it, Ramanop and Azusa typically always cut. In the matches where you think they would be great, um, I didn't see him or whatever the case may be. Typically, I'd want to bring that stuff in against Tron, where I'm trying to like Ghost Quarter lands against Titan Shift, whatever. Well, Tron, I figure Damping Sphere, Stony Silence, even Surgicals. I mean, I can still get a Ghost Quarter. Um, Even just Surgicals by themselves, having an early Ghost Quarter and a Surgical, I feel like is fine. Um, Now, the reason for dropping the skews in so many games, Scavenging Ooze just feels like a bear. I drop him. There might not be creatures in the graveyard or whatever. Now, I will say, um, not only against Dredge, but like, is it Phoenix? Being able to like scarf up, their Phoenixes, or against Storm, that's fantastic. But once again, against Storm, I'm kind of relying on the back of Damping Sphere, and also I have my main board Bajuka Bog for a lot of those matches where Scavenging Ooze would excel. So I don't think four Vine Slasher Kudzus is where it's at, but I want to run four in this game just to see. I want to basically see this card every game that I'm going to be playtesting with it. Which deck was it? I think it was number 3. Value Town 3, yeah. Um, I just want to make sure that I'm seeing the card and I can get a proper playtest out of it. So, sideboard, I want to test Warships more. I don't think I gave them a fair shake in my earlier testing with just the standard green-white version. Um, Same with Surgical Extraction. I might not even need Surgical Extraction. I'm not entirely sure yet. I had to drop a Knight of Autumn, but, we'll see. Engineer Explosives is another one that I'm just not sure of. So, it's a lot of unshores in my current build, but that is why we're here. This hand is useless, so let's go ahead and mulligan this. This is fine. Let's probably just drop one bird. Even if we don't get to accelerate, we have some early interaction here. And we can definitely get to our courser. So I think this is fine. We do have a Ghost Quarter in case we're up against something like Tron. So what I will do is I'm going to go ahead and fetch up a forest. One nice thing about the green-white version, your mana base is so much more forgiving. Um, like I had commented earlier in some other games, there have been times where I would just draw a freaking Plains and Swamp, and I would have an amazing hand, amazing accelerated hand with some interaction, but I wouldn't be able to keep it because I couldn't play anything. So the consistency you gain with the green-white version is very nice. Utopia Sprawl, huh? Okay, so let's go ahead. See, okay. So we run into a situation where I can basically have just a 2/2 for 2, which is no biggie. What happens if they take us off a land? Why don't we take this opportunity? We put this card in the deck for a reason, and then let's play this tapped. Our opponent's probably like, what in the hell is this guy doing? Yeah, okay, so we're playing against Ponza. Ooh, we're playing against some Gruul jazz, huh? So let's go ahead and play out our Courser. Get a fetch land here. I don't really care about our voice. Fetch this up. Go ahead and just grab a forest. Perfect. And let's go ahead and swing in for 4. Okay, a 4/4 on 3 is pretty sweet. Maybe I should have went and snagged a Temple Garden and untapped it just for a Path to Exile, because obviously everything's going to have haste here. Okay, so there's a tracker. So let's go ahead and Dramoka's Command here. Let's have them fight. Play out a Ghost Quarter. I guess I should have played that off the top. Go swing. Do we hold up Path here? I think we do just hold up Path. I mean, we have him dead on board. So we can just go ahead and hold up Path. Man, a 6/6. That's some aggression there. I like that. Is this a Bloodbraid? Or what is this? A Lotus Cobra, huh? Okay, so we got to concede there. So we're just playing against some... Why don't we bring in Worship, and let's go down a couple Scoozes. Voice is good for blocking here. This just gives us a little bit of insurance in case he explodes out. I mean, everything having haste is kind of scary, but it does take him a minute to set up. So this hand is great. Let's go ahead and keep it. At least we're going to be able to have a turn 1 and a turn 2 play. Hopefully we can rip a land in 2 draws. That way we can have the Vine Lasher come out as a 2/2. You know, keeping a 1-land hand is definitely terrifying, but you know, what are you gonna do? Let's see if our bird can survive. Now the big question here is, if I want to play around Bolt, so like if we get a fetch land next turn, I'll play out the Knight. But if we don't get a fetch land, I'll probably play... Okay. There's the risk of a 1-land hand here. Why don't we play out the voice? That way we'll just kind of 2-for-1 our opponent. One more. Just give us a land. Give us a land. It's a tracker. Get a clue. Okay. Give us a land. Okay, so I'm almost inclined here. path the tracker, or even path our voice. Just to get something going. Totally take this trade. Didn't think he would do it. Okay, so I think, unless he plays something terrifying, I think I am going to go ahead and path the voice on end step here. Play out a night. And we got to make something happen here. Okay, there's a Blood Braid. Into an Arbor Elf. I hate to get rid of our path like that. But we're just so far behind. Yeah, I don't think I can risk. I don't think I can risk, yeah, not drawing a land here. So, what gives us the best shot? We can get a courser out to profitably block. I think that might be good. Hopefully we can hit a land here. We do. So, okay. So now next turn we're going to be able to drop a knight. Okay. I don't care about any of that. Let's see what he's going to do. We just got such a slow start. If we can claw our way back here, I'll be very impressed. So he's going to plan on cracking. I'm just going to take it. Okay. So there's a voice. So a couple options here. We can collect a company. We can definitely hit a voice. Likewise, we can play Ghost Quarter, play Noble, and still collect a company. We could get a Knight of the Reliquary online. Our Knight's only a 3/3. Let's just try to get bodies out here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's Coco. Voice. Or Vine Lasher. Voice gives us great blockers. So I think we go voice here. Play this. And I think we go swinging in. So now we can basically just block, get 5/5s back, which is awesome. Next turn we can play out a knight. How we can play out 2 knights. And then the following turn we can play out Vine Lasher and just grow everything. I will say I do like having this additional 2-drop. Well, uh-oh. Oh, no. I'm sitting here like, oh, my Vine Lashers. Not even seeing that he's rocking 6 mana here. We're going to smash a Prime Time. Maybe an Inferno Titan. Let's see. Okay, Inferno Titan. Turn. Deals 3 damage. 1, 2, or 3 targets. Sure. I still have... Okay. I mean, look, I'm still going to get back 3/3s. I am still going to be able to... So it looks like I'm going to take 3 here. Okay. Good old Rhythm of... This card is so cool. When this card was released and spoiled... That's rough. So I think we just double block the Titan here, right? Take 5, which really just sucks, but like it is what it is. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do... So our Knight, unfortunately, is only a 3/3. But we can make it a lot bigger. I think we have to just play Knight out here. Play out a Gavany. Gain some life. Do we want to get... So let's see here. 3... I wonder if we want to get out an additional blocker in Noble. I think we might. Let's go ahead and sacrifice the plains here. We'll be able to gain some life back. There's a path, which is really great. I mean, I could play out a Vine Lasher. The only problem is I'm not going to want to block with him, so let's go ahead and just play out the Noble, because I'm fine with trading it. The path is a nice draw. If we can untap with the Knight, I feel really good. Next turn, we would be able to play out both the Knight and the Vine Lasher, and then we can grow them both to kind of obscene proportions. Whoa. Okay. It has trample, so we can prevent it from dealing 6 to us. This guy's just going ham. Let's let him have it. This is cool. It's a cool deck. Like I said, if our start wasn't pitiful, I think we'd be in a much better spot. I'm going to see if we can claw out of this, though. You know, we might be able to grow our knights. Okay. So this thing has trample. Ooh. I think we're just dead. Yeah, let's just go ahead. We'll pack this one in. I don't think we can survive that. I'm happy with our configuration. I just hope to not get mana screwed this game. Run it back. You know, it's nice. This card, this Vine Lasher, it does take a little bit. Yeah, this is good. This is a good hand. It kind of takes a little bit to, you know, it's not like it comes down and it's not just immediately impactful. It's not like a Goyf where it comes down and it's a 4-5 or whatever. But it's a nice sort of like backup. Backup creature. I should have played out the bird there. I'm just talking. That's not good. It's okay. Next turn I can play out a second voice. Can play out another bird. Or we just rip a land and I get to play out Coco. You know, either way I feel pretty good. There's a worship. So why don't we actually... I feel like this Lotus Cobra is going to get out of control, but I don't want to waste a path on it. So let's just go ahead and play out our other voice. We'll swing in there. I don't know if he'll be able to beat Worship. You know, I'm not overly concerned about getting it down right now. I'd rather just kind of go ham on the creatures that we have. And just try to, you know, go as big and as wide as we possibly can. Hopefully we hit something good on our Coco. Not a bird. Let's just main face Coco here. I don't think it matters, right? It's probably fine. Him getting value off trackers, whatever. Let's just go ahead and swing it with one. I want to leave one blocker back. So we have him under a lot of pressure. Next turn we'll probably drop the worship. We'll leave up knight. We'll just kind of go swinging like we have been. And then we'll be able to grow knight here over the next 2 turns, which will be pretty awesome. The nice thing is, you know, we can just keep voices back for when he does decide to swing big. There's another tracker. You know, yeah, this stuff gives him card advantage, but I'd rather keep a path for something that's just, you know, something a little more terrifying. Okay. So Why don't we drop the warship here? Play a points. Hold up path. I feel like we just pass turn. Yeah, because what we can do... I'm a little nervous because he is starting to get crazy with mana. That Lotus Cobra... He's getting a lot of value here. I hate to path the stupid Cobra, though. It just feels so bad. You know, we might take one of these knights, or these trackers off the table. So, our knight is essentially a 4/4 right now. There's an Inferno Titan. Let's see what he wants to do. 2 damage there, 1 damage there. So we're going to go ahead and just grow the tracker out of this here. I like that draw. That's a nice draw. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. We have 4 mana. Why don't we play out a Courser? There's another knight. On his upkeep, I'm going to get rid of this Inferno Titan. Because I don't want him... to be doing that shenanigans there. Man, he has a lot of mana. He has a lot of clues. He has a lot of mana to crack a lot of clues. We have to start getting... We got to grow these knights. Because we got to start getting in there. Because I think he's going to... He's going to start outgrowing us here quickly. Jeez. Another tracker. Alright, let's just let's let him have his entire deck. And if we can get through this monstrosity of death, then we'll be doing okay. So, yeah, I don't mind shuffling away the knight. He must have an answer to worship. I don't know what he would be playing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jeez. So he can crack another clue. No, he cannot. Yeah, he can. He has a bird. Okay, so let's go ahead and grow this knight even more. Horizon Canopy. We can pitch. I don't want to draw land. I'm good with drawing like path. There it is. Let's always yield to these. Okay, so we have a 6/6 here. One, two, three. Let's drop our own tracker. I feel like we have to start getting in here, but I honestly just don't know, like, let's get rid of one of his trackers, right? I mean, at this point, I feel like the trackers are almost just scarier than anything else he can drop. We're like identical in time here, so let's always yield to these. Let's try to shave off as much time as we can, because this game, I think, is going to be a huge grind. Obviously, it already is. I mean, we could go ahead and search up Gavany. I don't really care about having this courser on top. Obviously, if I can find some more removal, would be great. I don't even know really what I'm looking for. More mana, more knights. He's down to 8. What's he going to drop here? Something terrifying. Keep in mind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our voice tokens are 7/7s. We also have a knight that is effectively, if I needed it to be, could be a 9. So we'll probably get rid of that tracker. Okay. He might just get ahead here. Let's go ahead and sack that. Do I want Gavany? I think I might, actually. Yeah, I feel like I'm okay with that. Play this off the top. Now that's actually a really good draw here. So what we can do, why don't we draw that? Let's get rid of this tracker here. Oh no. gonna say, did I I almost just screwed that up. I might have actually screwed that up. He's a 10. Wow. Cody, what are you doing? I needed to grab a ghost quarter there. Did I not? Because he'd be an 11? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh. Man, I thought I just made, like, a pretty severe punt. Could have played out a voice, but I think I'd rather crack the clue here. Okay, so a few trackers down. Vine Lasher's fine. Does this thing... No, it does not have... This dude just has all the manas. Okay, this is terrifying. I wish I would have, like, played maybe the Ghost Quarter to be able to grow the Knight out of the tracker range without having to tap it. Because right now, if he plays something insane... I mean, I'm at 23. I'm not, like, super terrified here. But... still, he's getting real big and stompy. Ew. Double the number of counters on each creature you control. And it has haste. Actually, I think I just lose here. Yeah, I think I most definitely just lose. Woof. Him having, like, all those trackers early was really brutal. Maybe I should have taken the trackers out when I could. But what did he get rid of? Okay. These are like, what, 8/8s? Ugh. 3 damage. Yeah, this is just nasty. So we're hiding behind worship here. Why don't we just let this happen? Because, like, this requires him to essentially... Okay. Collected company here. Let's hit something awesome. Courser, Knight. Any order? Sure. This might actually just come down to time. I don't know if he can... He's not running paths. I feel like our Knights are probably out of... Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even if he has another Inferno Titan. Although he could get multiple Inferno Titan triggers. Because he could, like, drop an Inferno Titan for 3. and then swing in with the 3 for 12. Um, but, you know, luckily if I can untap with this knight here, I'm going to be able to easily even, you know, outgrow that stuff. So right now, like, I hate to do this, but it being a paid match, um, I'm just going to have to take him to time and hope. Okay, there's a tracker. And hope he can't deal with our worship. You know, it's a cheap way to win a game, but, like, it's Magic, right? Like, you got to do what you got to do. And I mean, he's at 26 cards. Actually, I guess I'm at 30, so we're pretty close to cards in the library here. I can play a couple. Let's see, what I want to play. Do I want to draw the Vine Lashers? The other one, because I can essentially play 2 Vine Lashers out, and then I can grow them both with the knights. Yeah, I don't care that he's swinging in here. I mean, he'll probably kill the Courser. I have a worship out, man. So why don't I actually draw the Vine Lasher? Vine Lasher. And then what we'll do is we'll activate. Wonder if he's saying anything to me. What? Worship. Okay. Let's go ahead and just pass the turn. And what we'll do is we'll knight. So our Vine Lashers will end up being, let's see, 4/4s. Let's see. I wonder how many. I need to look at my graveyard to see how many lands I have. All right, I definitely have enough basic forests. I think I'm. I was gonna say I might be out of basic planes, but I don't think I am. Our opponent, this is annoying. I don't disagree. I mean, we are completely riding off the back of this one worship. It would be nice to be able to find the other one. He didn't concede, so I'm going to assume that he has an answer to worship somewhere in the deck. It might be a one of. So we're basically shuffling a bunch. Okay, not an answer to worship. Well, I mean, you know, not that I would ever see this deck in a tournament, but worship is coming in handy here for sure. 3130 tireless tracker. That's just ridiculous. You know, one cool thing. I'm glad I got to see this guy's deck like do the thing. You know, when you have an insane amount of turns in a Magic game, you're able to see like what decks do to like the stupid degree of what they're intended to do. And I feel like what he is doing is to that stupid degree. and it's just nuts to look at. I mean, look, 16/16s. There's another Inferno Titan. Um, what's he hitting here? I would concede and give him the game, just like out of the cheapness of this card right now. But I want my points. Okay, so he's gonna hit that. We're gonna go ahead and grow these. So let's snag this. Always yield. Okay, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and leave that damage on them. Let's see where he puts the triggers here. I mean, at this point, like, we could just, like, block an Inferno Titan, right? Like, there's no need to, like, not block the Inferno Titan. I want to see where he's going to put... Actually, these end up being 5/5s. So let's see where all these flags go. So there's onesies there, one there, three there, onesies there. So let's go ahead and... You know what? Let's just fetch this here. Get a Temple Garden. I don't think Dramoka's command matters. Okay, so I think we're in the clear. But before he dies, let's go ahead and sack this to see if we can draw something sort of relevant. Do we want another Courser? Probably wanted another Courser over... Okay, so our Vine Lashers are 5/5s. Inferno Titan is going to kill that. We're going to get a voice back. It's going to be a 7/7. He'll kill that. And that just does not matter. And we just let it all happen. Destroy target land that player controls. Okay. So we draw a fetch land. Let's go ahead. Do this. Why don't we draw a card here? And our opponent concedes. I'm sure he said a lot of really amazing things to and about us. That was cool. I like this card. I like that it's a 2-drop to kind of fill that, oh my god, you know, we don't have a dork, or our dork got hit early on. And it can be powerful. Like, this card can definitely get there. And the nice thing about it is, which I mentioned before, it doesn't rely on the graveyard to be big. So even if they attack our graveyard to shrink our knights can still work for our Vine Lashers to grow them. So I definitely like that. Obviously, more testing needed, but... You know, that, I mean, look, you know, this card in both of our games, our Banned Spirits and this crazy Riot, Gruul Riot one, this card was way more valuable than a Scavenging Ooze would have been, you know? Yeah, awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Punt Factor bringing you Green-White Value Town. Please stay tuned. Follow me as I tweak the deck. If you guys have any suggestions on tweaking the deck, um, look, I'm gonna punt. I'm gonna misplay. You can, rake me over the coals with my playing. I'm trying to get better, but if you can give me some constructive criticism as to, hey, drop this, try this. I think this card is going to be better than this one. Please leave those in the comments at some point, because I would love to hear from you. But please also let me know why you think I should change something. Until next time, guys, this is Punt Factor bringing you Green White Value Town.